Ladies and gentlemen, we invite you to watch the new broadcast on the Central Television channel of Đồng Nai Province. On August 24th, the Đồng Nai Provincial Justice Department held a gathering to celebrate the 79th anniversary of the traditional day of Vietnam's justice sector and 42nd anniversary of the establishment and development of the Đồng Nai Provincial Justice Department. The event was attended by leaders from the Provincial Department of Justice, Trang Bom districts, and more than 300 officials, employees, and workers in the justice sector. At the meeting, delegates revisited the progress and development of the justice sector, celebrating not only 42 years of the Đồng Nai justice sectors, but also joining in the 79th anniversary of the Vietnamese justice sector. Lê Ngọc Tiên, chairman of the Trang Bom District People's Committee, acknowledged and praised the efforts and results of the Trang Bom justice sectors and the Đồng Nai justice sector as a whole. Their work has supported party agencies, local authorities, and the government in effectively implementing major policies on legal and judicial reform and addressing legal issues at the grassroots levels. Võ Thị Xuân Đào, Director of the Đồng Nai Department of Justice, urged on the justice sector officials and employees to innovate in their actions, strengthen discipline, and uphold the principle of serving the public impartially and fairly. They should work together, make efforts, and try to complete their tasks effectively, serving the people's needs even better. They should excel in their duties for 2024, achieve the resolution of the Party Congress for the 2020 to 2025 term, and live up the trust and expectation of the military of justice, the party committee, the local government, and the people of Đồng Nai. According to Vietnam Fruits and Vegetable Association, Vietnam fruits and vegetable exports in August 2024 are estimated at over 700 million USD, up nearly 27% from the previous month and over 50% compared to the same period in 2023. August 2024 was one of the highest moments for fruits and vegetable exports, driven by durian harvest peak in the Central Highlands. In the first 8 months of the year, export reached nearly 4.6 billion USD, a 29% increase from last year. China remained the largest market, importing almost 2.5 billion USD worth of the Vietnamese produce in the first 7 months, accounting for 64% of the market share. The US and South Korea follow with the exports of 189 million USD and 188 million USD, up 31% and 51% respectively. Notably, Thailand rose to the fourth place, importing 123 million USD, a 70% increase year on year. Europe is currently a key export market for Vietnam's agriculture sector. In the first 7 months of this year, agriculture exports to the EU reached 4.2 billion USD, an increase of nearly 30%. The EU recently announced a draft regulation to change the maximum of residue levels (MRL) for 4 pesticide active ingredients, set to take effect in February 2025. According to the Vietnam SPS office, there have been 19 notifications of food safety measure changes from global markets in just 1 month, averaging 2 updates per day. In response to the EU's new regulations, authorities advise businesses not only focus on reduction, but also to stay updated and adjust their plans accordingly. Therefore, regions involved in cultivation, farming, packing, processing, associations, industries, and local management must enhance collaboration to joint food safety management, ensuring quality from input materials to exports. The Vietnam SPS office is committed to providing transparent updates on food safety regulations, including MRL changes, food activities, and quarantine requirements across markets, and help stakeholders comply effectively. On August 24th, Germany's Welt and Sonntags reported that the European Union diplomatic body is urging member states to improve their military training support for Ukraine, according to the Kiev's news. However, the EU does not recommend sending military trainers to Ukraine. In November 2022, the EU launched a EU-manned mission which had trained about 60,000 Ukrainian soldiers. This mission is set to be extended for 2 more years after its current term ends in mid-November. According to the Welt and Sonntags, the EU latest assessment emphasized the need to train Ukrainian soldiers with equipment that matches what they will use in the combat. EU defense minister will discuss the topics next week. In May, Kiev requested the EU to conduct some training activities to Ukraine. The EU assessment suggests that Kiev's request could be met by potentially deploying some EU-manned trainers to training facilities in Ukraine, possibly in the west and away from the front lines, but the EU diplomatic body does not recommend this approach. On August 24th, negotiators for the ceasefire and hostage rescue in Gaza continued discussions in Egypt to rift the gap between Israel and Hamas. However, according to some sources, there are no signs of progress in the talks. Reuters reported that the Palestinian official familiar with the negotiations said the talks in Cairo had made no progress. Israel insists on maintaining its presence at a position along the Philadelphia corridor. The official, who requested anonymity due to the sensitivity of the issues, added that on August 24, the Hamas negotiating delegation arrived in Cairo to assess the situation and review any proposal from Israeli officials and intermediaries, including Egypt, Qatar, and the US. After the talks conducted, the Hamas delegation returned to Doha, Qatar. Thank you for watching the English news broadcast on Đồng Nai Province Essential Television Channel. Goodbye and see you next time.